Hey, Renetta, how are you today? Hey,
I am doing extremely well today. This is a great Friday. Um, you know, Now I must confess, I didn't walk this morning because I don't know what kind of flies we have in this neighborhood right now. They're like horse flies,
Oh, wow.
and they are vicious. So they ran me back in the house today, but I will be back on it this evening. But otherwise, this has been a great week. What about you, ladies? How are you, Mad Flo?
Hey, Mad Flo in the house. Hey, I have to say as well, I was guilty. I didn't do my hula hooping in Spain, but as soon as I came back yesterday, I started back with my hula hooping. So I didn't take my hoop with me in Spain, but I did hoop this morning and yesterday morning. So I got back Wednesday, 7 p.m. So I started doing my thing that I needed to get done. And y'all notice this Spain tan that I have here?
it's beautiful.
Yes, lovely.
Absolutely.
Spain tan. So this is Mad Flow, making a difference for life and others of Mad Flow Financial and Consulting Services, LLC. So excited to be here. But I also remind everyone, I have voted, and my vote, I was number 4104. 4104, 4,104th person to cast a ballot in Chatham County. So we need to triple that, quadruple that, make it 4 times more, whatever we have to do. Guys, today is the last day for early voting. So remember to get out an early vote. And primary voting is the 24th, which is Tuesday. And that'll be from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Exercise your right that many of our people have fought to make sure we get that. So I just want to remind everyone that, exercise their right, get out there and vote. I have voted. I am cast number 4104. Excited.
And Tanya, so how have you been this week? What have you done exciting this week?
Well, this week I am in Houston, and so I will be here for a couple of weeks. And I have been walking. So, hey, 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 I am now up to, instead of our 15 minutes where we started off a couple of months ago now,
Yes, it's been
I am
months.
now at an hour walk where I am walking a little over 3.5 miles. So I've done 3.7, 3.2, 3.5. So, hey, I don't even realize that it's going by that quickly. And I'm having the pleasure of doing it with my spouse. Isn't that great?
That is
Yeah.
awesome. That is awesome.
Yes, yes, yes. So, again, I'm still focused on being heart healthy, and that's it. So, along with being heart healthy, I am also beginning to change my diet. So, this is what this month is all about. We are talking about women's health. Health is wealth, and so we have been just encouraging everyone to really think about women being healthy. We have a lot to do. We wear a lot of hats, and we just need to sit down, think about ourselves, and get ourselves and our bodies right. Um, and I'm going to say it out loud, 9 times out of 10, we live longer than men do anyway. And so we're going to be here to rule the world and have to have everything in place, right? So,
We already do. But
right.
absolutely. Absolutely. And I know Tanya and I will be starting another challenge as we continue to, walk for our health, do our health walk, and as we continue being heart healthy. And it's so important for everyone, but it's so important to women because sometimes we miss, because we're so busy taking care of everyone else, we miss the symptoms um, that we should be watching out for ourselves. And that's what we've been learning this month. As you all know, with Mother's Day being in the month of May, we decided to dedicate this month to women's health, and we've had some incredible guests on the show who've come out and talked about women's health, talked about wellness, And we're continuing that today with the guest we have on today. And I really said, we have every week, I say, like, the guests today, they're absolutely incredible. Share it, share this with your friends. Ladies, this is something that we need to be aware of. So our guests have entered the studio. We are excited to have our guest. We will start the discussion uh, with Sierra Peoples, who is the nurse manager at the County Health Department. So this has been exciting, connecting with you, and we're so excited to have you on our show today. So we'd like to open the conversation first by saying, well, how are you, Miss Sierra Peoples? How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you all for inviting us to be a part of your show today. I'm super excited to talk about some of the benefits that we have here at the health department for women, specifically for women. And thank y'all for hosting this platform to talk about such, important topics for our community.
Great. So we're going to jump right in. We know that as our community health department, you guys offer a variety of services, right? That covers our entire health span. And as you said, there are shows that are geared specifically toward women. And one of those is the breast and cancer program, referred to as BCCP. Can you tell us about that program, Sarah? What that program is about and how it benefits women?
Yes, ma'am. So our breast and cervical program, BCCP, is kind of the acronym we use for it. The origins of this program go back to where we want to help women who maybe don't have access to screenings, whether that be financial or just access in the community for breast and cervical screenings. For our program, we do see women who do not have insurance or who do not have an income that can help pay for those screenings out of pocket. Most people do know that breast cancer is, fairly common in women. It is one of the more common female cancers. But one of the less prevalent cancers is cervical cancer, and that can kill 4,000 females annually. So as with cancer, early detection, that leads to early treatment, which leads to better outcomes and successful outcomes for our women. So that is why our BCC program is so important. It's geared towards that population who, we just doesn't have as much access.
So, tell us a little bit about, so how would a person, contact you in order to avail of that service?
Oh, yeah. So that's actually pretty easy. To contact us for this service, all you'd have to do is call one of our health departments, our Eisenhower or our Midtown location. Let us know that you might be eligible for this program and you're interested in it. We do have some criteria that you have to meet in order to be eligible for the program. You do have to be a female. You do have to be a resident of the state of Georgia, and you do have to have an income level that is at or below 200% of the federal poverty level and have no health insurance. If you meet all that criteria, we will get you an appointment set up and we'll get you seen.
Wonderful. Thank you.
So let me ask, if someone finds that they have an issue, so where do they, or what type of treatment would they receive?
Oh, yes, ma'am. So if you fall into the parameters for our breast cancer screenings, you do have to be between the ages of 40 and 64. For our cervical cancer screenings, you do have to be in between the ages of 21 and 64. What we would do is we would bring you into the clinic, we would do an exam, and depending on what the exam what happens in the exam, we would be able to refer you out for some more diagnostic things like mammograms or ultrasounds, because unfortunately those specific diagnostic services we cannot perform on site, but we have the connections in the community to do those referrals to make sure that you have further access to more assessments and then treatments after that.
Mhm. And question, Sierra, great information. I love what you're telling us. In reference to cervical cancer, what is the age risk, or the youngest age that a person could basically be diagnosed with cervical cancer? And do y'all do any tests? And I see you talk about, do you do the test? What age do you start for testing for cervical cancer?
So typically cervical cancer, if you want to call it testing or screening, however you'd like to word it, that can be done on your regular Pap exams that females begin. Usually we begin that either when a female becomes sexually active or if they're not sexually active. I believe the age where you can begin those is around 21, 22. And then based on your Pap exam, that's when they do a scraping, a cervical scraping to look at those cells. And that's when we kind of see if there's been any changes in your cell matter or what we call precancerous changes. And that leads to another service that we offer in our colposcopy clinic.
And cervical screening, would that be done the same as breast cancer screening, which is annually?
It really depends. It's recommended for the PAPs to be done every 3 years unless you are at higher risk. So if you have a PAP done and we notice that you have that precancerous change, we might want to bring you back in sooner, maybe annually at that point, to make sure that we can continue to identify if there's any other cervical changes.
Okay, thanks for the information.
Yeah, we had one of our guests ask, why is the age at 64? Why is it cut off right at that age?
That's just the recommendations that we go by. Obviously every individual is different. 64 is just the age range that we see for our community, for our status, that the risk is the highest.
Okay. And it sounds like such an awesome program. What made you all start it? Because I had no idea that there was a women's program within the department.
Oh, yeah. So again, the origin goes back to we saw the need in the community that those women that did not have insurance, that were at the lower income level, just didn't have access to care. So we started this program. We're doing things like this to make sure that the community knows that this program exists, because we want you. We want these patients to come in to get screened. That way we can prevent these cancers from happening and causing other issues in patients' lives.
Now, because I work in the insurance industry, I find that even people that do have affordable health care still don't have, they're not doing their preventives. So if they have, if they do end up coming to the center with affordable health care, will you all still take care of them, or you're going to still direct them someplace else?
We can take some types of insurances. I don't have that list in front of me to rattle that off. But if you do call our health department or go online, we would be able to assist you to see individually what you have, if we're able to help, or if not, we would be able to refer out to a community partner that would be able to help you.
Awesome.
And where are the screenings held? I take mine at the Memorial Health.
Yes, so for our screenings, we do them right here at the health department.
Oh, wow. Cool.
So is the health department only located there on Eisenhower? Is there another one maybe in Pooler, or now that we're growing?
Yes, ma'am. We do have 2 clinics. We do have one at 1395 Eisenhower Drive. That's the one that most people are familiar with. It is our largest clinic. But we do also have one at 1602 Drayton Street. We call it our Midtown location. And again, you can call either location to get scheduled for a service and for a visit.
Awesome. Now, I've heard a lot about HPV. What is HPV? Because I know that I totally just like, that's something new, forget it.
Gotcha. Yeah, so HPV, it stands for the human papillomavirus. So that virus is actually what causes most cervical cancer. It can cause other types of cancer, but for females, cervical is the most common. And like you said, you're like, oh, that's new. What's going on with that? But actually, the HPV virus and the vaccine associated with it, it's been around for about 15 years now. So it's been here. And this vaccine can help prevent almost 100% of cervical cancer cases in women. So it's a very important vaccine. It's been through strenuous testing trials, just like any other vaccine out there, to make sure that it is safe and that it is effective. And we can begin giving that vaccine as early as 11 and 12. There are higher age parameters. For males, you can get it up to the age 26. For females, you can get it up to age 45. So if we miss you when you're a teen, that's okay. We can get you when you're older. But it is very important because, like I said, it can prevent almost 100% of the cases of cervical cancer.
So this vaccine then is not just for the female population. So this is something that's also recommended for the male population as well. Why is that?
Yes, because one way that the human papillomavirus is spread is through sexual contact. So if we can vaccinate our male and our female population, we can hopefully prevent it from causing the cervical cancer in females. Like I said, it does cause other cancers. It causes cancers that affects males as well. But just for our cervical program, our breast and cervical cancer program, that's why we do recommend vaccinations for males and females.
Wow. I had no idea. This is great information. I had no idea. So how long has this program been in effect?
It's been around for a few years now. I don't know the exact inception date of when it started, but it is something that we offer daily at the health department. It is something that if you call and you qualify, we are going to see you as soon as we can to make sure that we get these screenings done.
Awesome. That is awesome to know that there's a resource that works with us to see us as quickly as possible. That's absolutely awesome. What are some other things that we need to know about the services provided at the health department that, as you know, Tanya and as Flo mentioned, we were not aware of?
Yes, ma'am. So going back to HPV, with the HPV vaccination, we do those vaccinations at both our Eisenhower and our Midtown locations for both the teens and for the adults. So that is something that is available every single day for you. And then also our district, we have a dedicated women's health nurse practitioner that is available to the community, where we can not only do these breast and cervical screenings, we can do family planning, counseling, STI prevention and STI treatment. We can do HIV counseling, again, testing and treatment. And then we can also talk about HIV prevention in our population. So those are all things that our women's health nurse practitioner and our women's health clinic staff can help the community with.
Awesome. Thank you. Any other questions, ladies?
One question. Okay, I know we have all this in place for you. I appreciate all the great information you give me, but what is the typical fee, if there's any fee for any of your clients? What's the typical fee that they would have to pay out of pocket if the insurance is not covered?
So we do have a sliding scale fee service. So what that would mean is a woman comes into the health department to be seen. They don't have insurance. They're paying out of pocket. We look to see what their income level is. And then based on that, we would kind of, figure out what the fee schedule is. All of that is discussed with the patient before services are done. So it's not like, you're having a service done and then you're getting stuck with a bill you didn't know about. And then if for some reason during the screening process, if we see that something is abnormal and you need further assessment and treatment, we are able to help these women apply for a special Medicaid service that can help pay for future assessment and treatment as well.
Awesome.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So we know that in order to make an appointment or get more information, there is a website. And what's the website?
Yes, for further information about the services, not only just the female services, but all the services that we offer here at the health department, you can go to our website. That is coastalhealthdistrict.org/Chatham to get just the Chatham County specific services. And then you can call our main health department on Eisenhower. That number is 912-356-2441. And one of our customer service representatives will be able to speak with you, see what service you need, and get you pointed in the right direction so we can help you out.
Great. Thank you. We have one final question from someone in our listening audience. Do customers have to show proof of residency for Chatham County?
For our services, no. We will help you if you're from Effingham, Chatham, Bryan, wherever you're at. The only thing is for you to enroll in our BCC program, you do have to have proof that you're a resident of the state of Georgia.
Okay, just of Georgia. Great. So an ID would be sufficient.
ID, driver's license, a lease showing that you live here, anything.
Okay,
Awesome.
great. Thank you so much. This information, and I'm telling you, every week, don't you agree, ladies? We have been getting incredible, valuable information that we've been able to share with our listening audience that reaches, here across Georgia, but also nationwide through our Facebook and YouTube live capability. So this has been awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, okay. See, it came on. Okay, so you asked for some kind of proof of income. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. Questions are continuing to come.
Hold on. Don't go anywhere, Sierra.
Yes.
How aware is the community at large? Both males and females need to take this vaccine.
So that is probably something that is not that known. A lot of people think HPV, they think cervical cancer, so that's a female problem. But like I said, the HPV virus, human papilloma virus, it can cause cancers that affect both males and females. So that's why we want to have both genders vaccinated, because the HPV virus in a male, it can end up affecting a female because it is sexually transmitted in some cases.
And what's the age? The minimum age that they can take the HPV virus?
So per the CDC guidance, you can start as early as 9. But we typically try to target the population that's coming in for their 11-year-old vaccines that are required for school. So that's when we typically start having this conversation. If we can start the vaccine that early, it's a 2 vaccine series. But if we don't capture them that early and we're talking young adults, then it is a 3 series vaccine.
Okay. And the oldest, I'm 63, never took the vaccine. Can I take that vaccine?
So not quite. For our males, typically 26 is the age where that would stop. And for our females, that's usually around 45.
Okay, great.
All right. So we have someone answering all of those questions out there. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Very good.
So
Okay.
Sarah, you are welcome to stay. If you like to enjoy the remaining portion of our show today, it appears that you may be getting additional questions. So if you'd like to stay, we will be more than happy to have you stay. If you need to leave at this point, we do also understand that as well. Again, we thank you so much to you. We thank you to the Chatham County Health Department for allowing you guys to come on and share with us.
Yes, and
And we always say we'll be reaching out again.
yes, thank you for the invite. Thank you for this platform that we can share this crucial information to the community. And if anyone has questions that somehow I miss or they don't feel comfortable putting them in a chat or anything like that, please feel free to call the main health department. They can ask for me. If I don't know the answer, I will find the answer for you and get that back to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Peoples. It was very great information. Looking forward to seeing you on the show again. This
Yes,
is not going to be your last time.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
And moving forward.
Oh, yes. And moving forward, we have none other than Andrea Nikki Conley, the Beast, in our health, our health coach. She is the most awesome. Whenever you guys see me looking slim, that means that I've been hanging out with Nikki. I'm only a 3-month girl, y'all. So I do it 3 months at a time. And it is such a joy to work with someone that is definitely working with women who are over 50. Mm-hmm. She doesn't mind working with those of us that are over 50 because we have excuses, don't we, Nikki?
You do.
So,
many of them.
So, Nikki, tell everyone what you do.
Well, thank you so much first for having me on the platform, Financial Sense. I'm a huge fan, and I do appreciate it. Thank you so much for allowing me to come on. But my passion is health and wellness. I am certified. I'm a PE teacher, first and foremost, health and physical education. I'm also a trainer, a personal trainer. I am a mommy who is, run from sport to school activity. But I take, this is my passion. I want to help women to be healthy. I want us to live long, healthy, happy, prosperous lives, and not just quantity of life. I'm very concerned about quality of life. And so that is my passion, and that's why I do what I do. It's a gift.
Yes, it is.
It is. Because you have been passionate about this for years.
Yes.
And you still agree to work with us, and we're coming, and then we quit. We come back.
At least you come back. That's the key. You're not quitting when you come back.
But we're focused now, Nikki. We are focused now on walking. We're hula hooping. We're walking. So we're over that age now. Women of a certain age. So we're focused and we're disciplined now. So I think you got us at a good time this time.
And I try to make sure for my older clients, one thing we have to be very careful of is people don't think about it, but our knees,
yes.
We think about it.
You might not be able to do the same jumps that you could do at 20 and 30.
You do one jump.
So we have to just that's one of the things that I definitely consider when I'm working with clients who are over a certain age, that we don't wear the knees out in the cartilage, and we want to make sure that we have those knees around for years to come.
But we still need a very good workout.
Where do you hold your personal training sessions at?
So I do a lot of personal training. Sometimes it's one-on-one, sometimes it's group training. I'm out in Pooler at West Chatham Middle School, or I am out at Garden City Recreation Center. So those are the two places that I hold my classes, or individual workouts, just depending on where you are. And
okay, I'm in Savannah. You come to Savannah?
Yeah.
So you got car, you travel.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah. So Nikki, other than just being a health coach, you're also an author.
I am. I published a book maybe about 2 years ago. It's called Come On Beautiful Move. You can find it on Amazon. And basically, this was just something that a book that had been in me for years. And I would go and I would write, chapter titles would come to me and I would write them down. And then once my mom passed away, I just kind of really decided, that life is short and this is in me and I need to get this out of me, because I don't want to get to the pearly gates and God be like, hey, I told you to write this book and you never did. So I did, and it focuses on women's health, specifically African Americans, because sometimes for us, there are these what I call the usual culprits. The usual culprits are like obesity, diabetes, physical inactivity, high blood pressure, that always just disproportionately affects us. And as I said, I'm very passionate about us living long, healthy, quality of life. And I wrote this book to help order steps, to help guide those who, might need a little guidance. Yes. And so, again, you can get it on Amazon. And there are a lot of things that I focus on. I focus on what we put in our body. Please stop eating processed meat. It's full of sodium. It's a quick and easy thing to do, but it's so unhealthy. I really feel like it takes a day off your life if you eat it like that. That's not anything from research. That's just what I feel once you look at it and see how much sodium, the additives that's in it. If I could just say, don't eat processed meat, leave it alone.
So you talking about that bologna?
Yes, that bologna. The Oscar Mayer hot dogs.
Oh yeah,
those type of things. Please, yeah.
Nikki, with your plans, then you also provide nutritional guidance. Do you provide that as part of working with your clients?
Yes, I absolutely do. And if I have to, I can come to your house and look in your pantry and look in your refrigerator and tell you what to take out and what to keep, what not to buy ever again, or what to buy in moderation. If I have to do that, I'm a huge proponent. Like, I had somebody ask me the other day, like, what is your go-to snack? My go-to snack is fruit, right? Apples, oranges, pears, whatever is in season, muscadines. I mean, like, whatever is in season, that is my go-to. So it's not a Nutribar. It's not that I'm saying that anything is wrong with that every now and then, but really and truly, it should be fruits and vegetables should be your go-to snack, and not Lay's potato chips.
And nuts, right? I can do
nuts. Oh yes, absolutely, yes.
No salt, but I can do nuts.
Yes, absolutely.
Salted nuts. That's
so you're saying raw nuts? Is that what you're saying? Like raw nuts?
Raw nuts are nuts that are not necessarily like the honey. You can eat those, but not all the time. But those are good. I love them. It's a weakness, yes. And sugars. One of the other things, takeaways that if after you leave here is the amount of sugar that we are putting in our body. Sugar is very addictive, very, very addictive. And so if we could just cut back on the amount of sugar that we're putting in our body, I think it would start us on our way to living a very healthy life.
That's what I have to get my husband to stop doing.
No, I do not have an age limit for personal training. Somebody asked that. No, ma'am. I prefer working with, yep, that's it. Yes, ma'am. That is it. Come on, beautiful move. Thank you so much, Miss Flo. I appreciate that. Yes, ma'am.
And what's the price on it, babe?
I think it's $10. I think it's
all
$10.
Right. Everybody can get one of these for a family, themselves first, starting out with. Get one for your sister, get one for your mom, get one for your uncle, your brothers, everybody. For $10, I mean, that's a great price. I'm about to purchase mine.
Thank you, Miss Flo. Thank you.
Thank you.
And she'll sign it for you.
I will.
Yes. So you're talking about sugars, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what do we substitute? What are a few things we can do to substitute? Because you're right. People love things that are sweet, and we have been using sugar, consciously and, probably
unconsciously,
for all of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we start to pull back on something like that we just think is just a natural part of our foods?
Well, there is no easy answer. I think one of the things that you really have to do is you have to start to train your taste buds. Because for example, I have this little thing here. Okay, just follow me. It just comes like this, and when you stretch it out, it doesn't want to get stretched out. It just wants to go back to its natural state, right?
Right.
So this is kind of like exercise. You are making yourself uncomfortable, but your body is basically fighting you. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do no push-ups. I don't want to do no steps. I don't want to walk. It wants to go back to its like what it naturally is. But we have to stretch ourselves, and we have to teach ourselves, and we have to train ourselves and train our taste buds to say, like, we need something different. And in order for us to live a healthy, happy, long life, we have to change what we put in our mouths. And so an alternative, of course, is like stevia. My dad, he's 76 years old, and he doesn't, like, when he gets his coffee, he uses the stevia. He doesn't use it, but he's also now, eating more fruits and vegetables. It was a time, and I'm not promoting like being a vegetarian or anything like that, but there was a time for him, if it did not have a meat, it was not a meal. Like now he will, he'll just eat a vegetable plate, And so to answer your question, I know I've gone around in a roundabout way. Some alternatives, of course, are what we put in our body. So again, fruits, natural sugars, that's fructose. That's a natural sugar, right? And just to stay away from, like, one of my students today gave me a whole bunch of candy. Like, this is just junk. But he was so kind. He was happy to give it to me, and I was not going to tell him no. I told him thank you, but I can't eat 15 airheads. So we just, again, and I honestly, I have been a sugar person. Like, I love candy, but as I've gotten older, I've definitely had to train my taste buds to cut it out. And that might mean fasting. That might mean saying, hey, I'm going to stay away from candy or sugars for a week. I'm going to stay away for a month. And once you start training it, your taste buds, there will be a definite change.
You know what? It takes 21 days to make something a habit.
That's right.
When you do something for 21 days, you got a habit, and there's not a chance you're going to go back to doing that same thing. But back to sweets again, because, our tongue, our taste buds, make things taste so good. We put that sugar in there, we want to eat more. But also discuss the other kind of sweets that converts, other foods that converts to sugar when we eat it. It's just not the ones we taste, but it's other foods that we eat that converts to sugar as well. So we need to kind of stay away from those type foods as well. If you have a list or a couple of names of those type foods that we eat, we need to avoid, because even though we don't feel it tasted on our taste buds, it's converting in our system to sugar, to whatever it's going to convert to. It's going to convert to that.
Thank you for asking that. One of the biggest culprits is, like, I like to say white. White ain't right. White bread, white rice.
Right. Yep.
That's
white potato.
White ain't right. Anything that's like white, it's not right. It's not healthy. And once you, oh my God, like white bread, once you eat the white bread, it just instantly, it's junk. It converts to sugar in your body. So anything that I just naturally and I'm really trying to think, I can't really think of anything that is like naturally just white. That's why I say anything that is like white bread, white rice.
You know,
white,
I used to think that grits was naturally white, but it's
Yeah,
not.
No, it's not.
No,
it's
they're yellow.
not.
Like
Yeah.
grits are corn.
They're yellow. Yeah.
Yeah, I just knew it was grits. I didn't even know it was from corn. So I used to think that grits was naturally white. I learned,
Yeah.
and so Pam Jones put up milk. We're talking about grains.
But just because it's white milk does not mean if you put chocolate milk in there, chocolate in there, that makes it right. No, it does not.
Right.
And so many people now are even getting away from milk and that dairy product of on a lot of dairy products. So milk is not even good for you either. And so that's why you see the shelves being filled with almond milk, oat milk, goat milk, all these other types of milks out here now that are better for our system. And
Absolutely.
who would have known? I mean, for all of us that's in here, we grew up on white milk, cow's milk, period.
That's right. Got milk?
Yes.
That's milk.
And
And
who
this
would have
is-
known?
Again,
Yeah,
it's
and-
moderation as well. I mean, because what you're saying is great in everything, but then we start converting to start eating healthy, but then we're going to overeat healthy as well because, moderation, anything in moderation, I think is pretty good. Like you say, we need to stay away from certain items or certain types of food, but we also need to pay attention to the amount of food that we're eating. And also, I'm always drinking at least maybe 4 ounces of water before I eat. That way I'm kind of full before I eat. So that would help me with my moderation as well. And also reading labels on what you're buying. Read the labels before you put it in your buggy. Then that way you can see how much sugar is in there, how much protein you're getting, what nutrients is in that item before you purchase it.
All right. So we had another question. Did you see that one, Nikki, in reference to what do I need to eat if I'm trying to gain weight?
Okay, so
I've been told to add more carbs.
well, good carbs and they're bad carbs. Now for this area, if the person is trying to gain muscle, definitely you need to increase your proteins. So lean proteins though. So like your fishes, your salmons, your chickens, your turkey, you would need to increase the amount of protein. And so with that, I would say you would definitely need to get with a trainer because there are certain proteins that you can, drinks and shakes that you can use, but I would caution, I would just want you to get with someone who can help you with that. I would not just want you to go to GNC and say, hey, give me some protein. I believe in proteins. Proteins can build muscle, and muscle can burn fat. And so definitely increase of your protein and lifting weights. I'm not sure, if you just think you're skinny, it just depends on why you're trying to gain the weight.
Hey, Nikki, I'm gonna just tell her, keep living, baby. You'll get the weight off. Keep living.
All right, keep living. You've been around us a long time. You've watched it happen.
Yes.
Because we were all skinny.
Yes.
We were all very skinny. When I was in college, I know I was 119 pounds the entire 4 years, and I ate like I wanted to eat. And we were down in Fort Valley. So the only thing at that time was to go to Perry, Georgia and eat at Waffle House any time of night, so waffle and eggs and grits and cheese and all that other stuff. And still graduated, still 119 pounds, but keep living, baby.
That's right. I think I was a size 0. I was a size 2. My wedding dress was a size 2. So, yes.
Tanya and Renetta, y'all sound like y'all had the same problem I had. We had a high metabolism.
Yes.
We eat all we want,
what
and
they would say it was,
metabolism is kicking
exactly.
in. And then all of a sudden we get in our 30s and all of a sudden that metabolism slows down. We got to stop eating.
That's
Well,
right.
one of the things that slows your metabolism is the diet, change of diet,
Yeah.
and change of activity. That will change your metabolism big time. So but you ladies, you look great.
Well, welcome.
You look great. I'm sorry I missed the first half of the show. I was listening to it, you know, and that was really powerful. I know Renetta must be the one who put that together.
Because I was
Renetta
talking
must
to
be
them. Yeah, I was in contact with them.
Yeah, yeah. And so, but that was really good. And this feeds right off of it. So you ladies go on. I'm just listening because it's a ladies thing today, it seems like. Seems like it's been a ladies thing for the last couple of weeks. But it's all good. It's all good. You know, I believe Tanya addressed it. Women typically live longer than men. And any man who don't want to face that, he needs to just look at the reality of it. You know, look at the stats. You know, men deal with stress differently, and because of that, our health is affected differently, and because of that, our lifespan is affected differently. But it all here again depends on the man. You know, I tell people I'm in my 60s, and they refuse to believe me. You know, but such is life, right? Such is life. You know, as they say, black don't crack. But but that's what I heard anyway. That's what I heard. You know, so but this is very interesting. Oh, hey, Tanya,
Yes,
I
sir.
walked 5 miles today.
Ooh, show
Oh,
off.
go
That
ahead.
is it. High
Trying to show
five.
us up, sir.
That's
5
awesome.
miles.
I hear that
All
once
right.
we start walking 5 miles, the weight just kind of begins to fall off too.
It sure enough.
Need to be. Uh-huh.
I don't know. No, I'm going to ask our coach. You know, is that a true statement?
Seems like, because my wife said, honey, your pants getting baggy in the wrong. I kind of froze there. I kind of froze. And so I said, well, I'm not going to get into that weight gaining thing. You know, I used to be a power lifter and lifting. And so if you are going to start lifting and you really want to bulk up, you're going to have to eat some red meats too. But you have to be very cautious with that because red meats carry a lot of fat.
Well,
And it's not good for your arteries. You know,
Anthony,
so
you can substitute protein. It does not necessarily have to be red meat or meat. Basically,
that is true. That is true. You could substitute, but if you want to bulk lift, I mean, really bulk lift.
Well,
that's what you're going to eat: red meat and all those other protein drinks and all that other stuff that they have. But if you want to do it the right way, do it the natural way, and that will work out just as good. All right, you ladies carry on. I'm quiet. I'm just here to observe.
So, Nikki, if people
Yes.
want to be a part of your program, because you know, I usually have you as my own personal trainer, and then I definitely depend on your services often.
Right.
And other people usually ask me, you know, how can I join you? So can you provide any information in reference to people that want to, you know, need your assistance?
Yes, absolutely. You can contact me. I put my email in and my phone number. I can put that in as well. I also have a nonprofit that you can reach out to me on as well. My nonprofit is called Health Quest Solutions. And basically what I do is my goal is to get children to move. And so what I'll do is if there's a situation where a parent is unable to like maybe pay fees that can help for recreational fees, if it's soccer, basketball, tennis, whatever, I like to be able to, you know, lend assistance to that so that their kids can keep moving. And so what my nonprofit does is just help. Yeah, that's it. What my nonprofit does is just help students and kids to keep moving. And if a parent needs help, to help them to keep their kid moving.
Can you give me the web address again for your?
Oh, yes. www.healthquestsolutions.org.
Okay, I'll get that up in just a minute.
Yes.
So, Nikki, how long have you been doing this?
Oh, God. For years. It would be off and on. Like when I used to live in Atlanta, I would personal train in Atlanta. Then I moved down here, and I started personal training down here. And it was kind of on a even here at work, it was kind of on a humbug. Somebody just kind of asked if I could help them. They had gone to the doctor, needed to lose weight, and I told them that I could train them, and it just kind of started from there as it relates to like here. But then Miss Tanya had reached out to me. I did not think she was serious at first, but I did it. I was like, "Are you for real?" She was like, "Yeah," and so that's kind of how it started.
Yeah, and it really stays with you. So the beauty of it is that Nikki is consistent. When you're consistent, she's consistent with you. And then when you're doing other things, like because I was out of town and I didn't stop, she just kind of put it in me. So that summer that I was in LA, I started climbing mountains, and letting her know that this is what I'm doing. And when we started walking, the same thing. I was like, Nikki, this is what I'm doing. I want her to see that everything that she's trained me and taught me, I am still working. Now, am I really getting the weight off and, really getting in shape? Nah. Am I taking it easy? Nah. But I need Miss Nikki.
We need you, ma'am. We need you, Miss
Wait,
Nikki.
I'm gonna quit when my heart starts going boop, 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 boop. I'm gonna quit, but Miss Nikki won't let me quit. So that's why we always call her the beast.
And I think part of that too, what I like to do is just hold people accountable. Like, you can go and look at a video and go, do your exercises, but sometimes you really do need somebody to say, hey, we're supposed to meet at 6:00. Where are you? Oh, I'm coming. I'm around the corner. For me, a trainer is just someone who can hold you accountable. They can hold your hand, but they also hold you accountable to show up, to help you, and to guide you along the way. So sometimes we might know what to do, but we might not do it because there's nobody in our ear telling us or encouraging us, I should say.
Right. And Nikki, the other things that you do is that you coach youth. Don't you?
I do. Yes, I do.
You have some winning teams. So go ahead and tell us about that.
This is true. Now I'm in my 40s, and I have been doing. I coach a girls basketball team, a summer league team, and we travel. But I have been doing this honestly since I was about 16 years old. The park that I grew up in Atlanta, they asked me if I would come and coach. And this is such a crazy story. The girls that I was coaching, I ended up playing against them in high school. So like I was in 12th grade, they were in 9th grade. So when I walked in, it was like, that's Coach Nikki. Play against some of the girls that I had been coaching, and it's so wonderful. They've grown up, they have families of their own now. And so when I got back into teaching. When I first moved to Savannah, I stopped teaching because I wasn't sure I wanted to do it anymore. But when I got back into teaching, I started coaching here at my school, and I was coaching the boys team. And that was an interesting experience for me because sometimes I would get whispers like, wow, she's the boys coach. But this woman here, we would go and we would, hit teams upside the head, and we won the championship. Like I had 2 undefeated seasons. Well, one, we lost in the championship. So yes, I coach basketball. I love it. I run cross country. I do all of that. So I love working with young people and instilling in them now to be healthy. Like once you get this in you, it will be with you for a lifetime. And so that's one of my goals as well, is to start with youth, let them know how important this health and wellness is so that they can live a long time.
Absolutely. All right, Nikki, we appreciate you, coming on today, sharing with us the things that we need to do in order to stay healthy. And I thank you for all that you have done for me and my health struggles, and when I want to get super healthy, where I need to go and come. And what happens is that I hope that I am a good reflection of you when we're out there. So I always talk about Coach Nikki. So for those of you that need a personal trainer, because sometimes in our life it is just what we need in order to get started. I have put up Nikki's information, her telephone number, her nonprofit organization, and her email address. So please reach out and give her a call. We want to be here for a long time, and it is all about being heart healthy. And in order to be heart healthy, we need to exercise. Heart disease kills more women than anything else. It is what is called the silent killer.
That's right.
And we need to keep our heart healthy, which will also reduce us from having stroke and diabetes. And we just want to encourage everyone this month, especially, to be heart healthy. Renetta and I will have challenges coming up for the next couple of months. So we're going to post those and what we want you to join us for. There'll be 7 days, something nice and easy, but we got to start thinking about ourselves. So we're going to be dealing with self-care. We're going to be dealing with our heart. We're going to be dealing with our diet, just being an all-round better woman by being health conscious. Okay.
Absolutely. I'm excited for the challenge. I'm excited to start chronicle my journey with Coach Nikki.
I'm excited for you. I'm all about that heart health. I'm all about getting that HDL up and that LDL down. That's for another show. That cholesterol, getting that HDL up, that good cholesterol, that healthy, heavenly cholesterol, get that up and take that LDL down. That's what I'm all about, that life.
That's right. All right, Mad Flo, you want to take us out?
All right, ladies and gents, we had a great, absolutely fantastic show today. Now, the challenge I'm going to give is always going to be my hula hoop. 30 minutes, we do for 7 days straight. 30 minutes of hula hooping. Don't care if you do it 10 minutes for 3 times a day, 2 times 15 minutes, but just get the hula hooping in there. I love it. But I thank you, Nikki, very much. And I'm about to go ahead and get my book. And I'm going to be calling you as soon as this is over. I need to see about hiring you as my coach as well, because I want to get this in little body right here looking like, oh, wow.
That's
Y'all
right.
know I got beautiful skin to start with, being at this age. So we had a fantastic show. This is All Things Media, All Things Relevant Media, and we are looking forward to seeing you, ladies and gents, next Friday, same time, same place. And I'm pretty sure that our 2 co-hosts right there have already got us all set up for next week. Y'all doing a fantastic job. Thank you for the guests that you invited today. They were fantastic. This is Magic.
Thank you, ladies.
Life and Others. Y'all have a great one.
All right.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye.
Stay with us, Nikki.